indeed. Now, the Palestinian leader Mahmoud Abbas has apologised for comments he made earlier this week that were widely criticised as being anti-Semitic. At a meeting in the West Bank on Monday, Mr. Abbas suggested the historical persecution of European Jews had been a reaction to their financial activities, not to their religion. In a statement today, he condemned anti-Semitism and called the Holocaust the most heinous crime in history. Earlier, I spoke with RAMI KHOURI, who is a professor at the American University of Beirut.
Well, terrible as they are and completely unacceptable according to any standards, he said similar things once or twice in the past. They're also a function of this incredible, difficult situation he's put himself in over the last 10, 15 years, in which he has really shown no results at all of his almost total control of the Palestinian leadership. He's frustrated. He's no longer dealing with the Americans. He hasn't met the Israelis for some time, and he's getting nowhere. He's losing popularity in Palestine. This is all context which explains partly why he did it, which doesn't at all justify it, of course, but this is why he suddenly blurted out these terrible things in total frustration and total confusion about what to do. And he thought maybe this is something that, might get him some support. And of course it shouldn't, because it's completely unacceptable. Other people have done this around the world, and this is a sign of poor ethical judgment and also poor political leadership that came together in this one person at this one moment. His apology was a sign that he probably realized it after the fact, or his aides told him. It wasn't a very strong apology. It wasn't very convincing even. But this is something that happens now and then and has to be forcefully pushed back and seen as unacceptable as political rhetoric by anyone at any time.
Does it undermine his standing in the international community?
Not particularly, because his standing in the international community is pretty low already, unfortunately. It's not totally his fault that he's such a failure. He has been living under Israeli control and occupation and sieges and all kinds of other things, and he didn't, on his own, paint himself into this corner where he's totally helpless and is losing credibility and losing legitimacy among many Palestinians. Even the Israeli occupation and expansion of settlements and all of the things that the Israelis have been doing have been a critical element in his failure. He didn't respond to his situation effectively. He didn't rally Palestinians. He didn't mobilize the massive international support there is for the Palestine issue. He didn't rally the Arab and Islamic and other friendly states who have been with him for years, or with the Palestine cause for years. And so there's not much, he can't go much lower than he is now. He's pretty much ignored by most people. The Palestine issue is very important in the Arab world and internationally, and people understand it needs to be resolved equitably for Israel and for the Palestinians at the same time. But he himself doesn't have the stature that Arafat used to have, or that even Abu Mazen had in his early years. So I don't think this is a major change in the personalities in the negotiating situation.
RAMI KHOURI there.